I'm going to explain to you guys how to do the audition, and then I'm going to do all the audition myself and kind of show you guys how I did it so you guys can get an idea of how to do it. There's stuff in the background. It's Marie and welcome back to my channel. In this channel I do a lot of videos about acting and YouTube and Hollywood, so if you're interested in seeing more videos about how to start your own acting career, how to get started in this business, especially if you're a teen who doesn't live in LA, this channel is here for you. Also, I apologize if you can see like a little statue and stuff in the background. I am in the midst of moving where I'm doing a lot of my filming and things are just being rearranged in my house, so that's why there's stuff in the background. Hi, my name is Marie and I have been acting ever since I was 9 years old. I do a bunch of films and movies here in the Midwest, and eventually I'm planning on moving out to LA, but for now I basically teach y'all about how to start in the acting industry. A lot of you guys have been asking me about the Disney audition because Disney recently announced that they were having an open casting call for kids who look ages 8 to 16 to submit on their website to be considered for films, for TV shows, for commercials like that are associated with Disney. So I'm super excited that I announced that. If you guys want to see the video talking about the details, that is going to be linked below. But a lot of you guys had questions because it's kind of confusing how it works. Some of you guys haven't been able to access the audition website, either like you can't get on it or like you film your audition and it doesn't work. And so you guys have been DMing me on Instagram. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's going to be linked below if you guys want to ask me questions and things like that. But y'all have been DMing me and following me and asking me all these questions. So what I thought I would do, I'm going to explain to you guys how to do the audition, and then I'm going to do all the audition myself and kind of show you guys how I did it so you guys can get an idea of how to do it. So basically I'm going to be talking you guys through how self-tapes work, especially a self-tape for Disney. I have other videos on this, and I also have an entire chapter on step-by-step how to do self-tape auditions. It's in my book, How I Became a Teen Actor, everything you need to know about starting your acting career, and again the link for that is all below. It's a 306-page book, 40 chapters with everything that you need to know about starting your teen acting career wherever you live, whether it's possible, if you're the right age, if you're the right height, how to get an agent. Everything is in that book, and I would love for you guys to check it out. Again, the link is below. So what I'm going to be covering here is just a little bit of what I cover in that book, but I figured I'd just give you guys like some basic overall tips for how to set up your Disney audition. So the first thing for doing a Disney audition, two big important things. Well, there's like three big important things. The first is audio, second is lighting, and the third is framing. As you can see right here in this clip, the top of the frame is the top of my head, and the frame cuts off around my shoulders. So when you guys are filming this, you don't have to use like a fancy camera. I have a DSLR, but you don't necessarily need a DSLR to film your audition tape. What you do need is a phone with clear, it can't be like pixelated quality or like gross quality. It has to be pretty clear for them to be able to see you. Otherwise, if they cannot see what you look like, if they cannot see your facial expressions really well, your audition goes right out. So you have to have good clear lighting. So right now I'm filming in front of my window. I'm actually not filming at the best time right now. I'm filming kind of at like 4 o'clock when there's more lighting, like around noon or just like during the day. So I really suggest filming during the day for the best optimal lighting. And then you want to be in front of the window, or I also have like a light here, so a place with like natural light. The second thing that you want to do is you want to have your framing, like I said. And so how I frame myself is, if I'm doing an audition, I don't really put myself like in the middle. Like this would look like if I was like directly in the middle, like symmetrical, like it's equal on both sides. What I do is I position myself slightly off center, and that's because you always, when you're performing on tape, you always look off, like you kind of like look off right next to the camera. So right now I'm looking at the side of my camera, pretending that's the person I'm talking to. That's what you want to do in your audition, because that kind of draws the viewer's eyes towards you. So right now I'm framed like this. I'm kind of on the third, so let's say like this is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. I'm kind of in the third looking this way, so it kind of draws the viewer's eyes, and it also means that you can get a clear shot of my eyes, but then it's just not symmetrical, which is just like weird for framing. This is called the rule of thirds, and it's something you really want to look into if you really want to start having professional self-tape quality. The last thing you need to have that's really important is good sound. I cannot stress this enough. Good sound. I have watched a lot of self-tapes. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups where people critique self-tapes, and the number one thing that makes you irritated when you watch a self-tape, and makes casting directors and managers so like they will not watch your self-tape at all, is if they turn the thing on, they can see you, maybe you're framed pretty well, but they cannot hear you. It sounds like this. And you're like, what? And like you're turning it up and you just can't hear what they're saying, girl. It's just not real. And so they immediately toss that out. They just don't want to hear that. Not having good sound is like the #1 thing to having a self-tape that it gets rejected immediately. You could be a great actor, you could be talented, you could be beautiful, you could have all these things, but if you cannot be heard, they will not pay attention. So you have to make sure you play your recording back, make sure you don't have a lot of background noise, and make sure that everything can be heard clearly. A couple of other things, if you can see, like I'm wearing a green shirt with a white background. For me personally, I don't think people should like wear a white background with like a white shirt or like a black background with like a black shirt. I'm also doing a white background and my skin's dark. You kind of don't want a background that like makes you blend in. So a lot of people suggest that you do is buy a self-tape background. So you can buy one on Amazon, they're fairly cheap. You can even buy stands and you can buy them in either blue or gray. Those are the two most suggested colors. I think gray works pretty well for pretty much everyone. So you can go with one of those two colors and get that background if you don't have a good. Okay, so for a last few self-tape tips, one of the things that you need to be completely memorized for this Disney audition, if you are not, if you're looking at the script, it's kind of like a huge red flag to casting directors because they're like, this is only like a kind of short thing, and like for self-tapes, you're just generally expected to be off book, so you need to be completely memorized when you do this. Another thing is that you also can't submit for this audition if you do not live in the US. This is kind of like a theme in a lot of Disney audition things that I've seen. They don't specify where you need to be from, but then when people try to apply who aren't from the US, they get like denied, and like they say that this isn't available in your area, and a lot of really unfortunate things. So my guess, this is not like confirmed, I haven't done like research on this, but like every single person who's told me that they haven't been able to have access to the Disney audition, it's because they don't live in the US, which sucks. I wish I could do something about that. I know you guys like often express like how sad that is and like how frustrating it can really be because like you are just as big a fan of Disney. I don't necessarily have specific tips for getting you out there. My main tips for like getting you into the acting industry is just the main stuff I tell everybody else, which is basically start doing auditions and short films and theater where you live, and once you start doing that, you start building up your resume, and then prepare to move to the US when you're older, when you have money, when you can get a job here, or you can apply for a visa here, or like whatever like works for you. You don't have to start at like 10 years old if you're not able to move here when you're 10 to get into the industry. You just have to know that like realistically, even like for me, I don't live in LA and I can still have like a career here, but I'm not gonna have the same opportunities as someone who lives right there in LA. I don't say this to be harsh or mean or anything. It's just like a trend that I seem to have seen. So yeah, those are my big tips for filming your Disney audition. If I could give an acting tip, I would mainly say like just try to like really believe in like what you're seeing. Like I see a lot of auditions and the people who are acting, like you can tell they're overacting. And like you can tell for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because who they're looking at isn't very clear. Like their spot of like who they're talking to moves throughout the audition, and you can tell they're not really seeing who it is. So when you do this, make sure you can really see who the person is that you're talking to. Pick an actor from the internet, or try not to pick someone that you know. That can make it confusing, but try to pick a celebrity and like pretend that they're that other character and say your line to them. Don't have unnecessary props. You won't need them, especially for this Disney script. You won't need unnecessary props, and try to like really understand what your character is thinking and why they're saying certain things, and make choices and be bold. Okay, so without further ado, those are my main tips for getting started and filming your Disney audition. And now I'm going to show you guys how I did my Disney audition for 2019. I'm literally just gonna film it just now. I haven't had a chance to do it before, but this is what I will be submitting for the official thing. So yeah, I again am not a perfect actor. I like don't have an Oscar, like obviously, but I have been training for like years on and off, and I have spent a lot of time in this industry, so I'm always open to critiques, but I also like have like resources and things like that, which is why I can share with you guys how to make your own self-tape. Okay, so without further ado, let me just stop talking and I'm gonna get right into, you know, just do the whole thing from beginning to end. So yeah. Okay, so the first thing when filming this self-tape is to read the self-tape instructions. I'm just gonna put them here, I guess, and you guys can read them, but those are the instructions that you want to pay attention to. They kind of cover the things I already talked about in this video, but it's basically make sure you slate, make sure you are well heard, make sure you're well lit, make sure you have another reader reading for you. I don't have another reader reading for me right now. Don't do what I'm doing, but yeah, just just have another reader reading for you. Like, don't look directly at the camera until it says look directly at the camera. And then yeah. Next it says do a full body slate, and I'm gonna insert a clip of me doing a full body slate so you guys can see what that looks like. Next, it has instructions for the slate. It says basically slate your name. If over 18, please say over 18. Put your height, your location, which is the city and state that you reside in. So I'm gonna bleep out that information, but I'm gonna show you guys how I slate. Hi, my name is Marie Tagbo. I am over 18. I am 5'6" and I live in... See? Slating is really easy and really simple. Just relax, be yourself, smile, have energy, and speak clearly and slowly. Now that you're done with your slate, we are going to go into the actual audition. This part you might film a couple of times, or you might film twice. So yeah, my camera cut out so I don't remember what I was trying to say. Now it's time to actually do the audition. Be yourself, be natural, don't overact, and yeah, I'll show you guys what this looks like. Sis, I have a little bit of advice for you. If you ever try and fool mom, be careful. She's pretty smart. If you want to fool a parent, dad is definitely the way to go. Just ask him to tell you a couple of stories about football and pretend that you're interested.
Heard that, you're grounded.
Baby monitor! Stupid technology! I can't imagine what kind of gadgets they're gonna have when you're a teenager. And that's it! That's how I film my auditions. Again, I apologize for just the stuff in the background. I normally would never ever send an audition like this, like with a little like head poking out. It honestly like irritates me to no end, but like without that, that's basically how an audition should go. I kind of wanted to like show you guys like how I try to keep my focus on like one spot, talking to one person. Like I imagine my sister running in. Like those are the kinds of things that you want to work on and coordinate when you're filming this audition, just to make it more realistic and more believable. So apart from that, I hope you guys have an amazing audition. I hope it goes super duper well. Send me y'all's auditions. Tell me what you guys think of my audition. I would love to hear from the community of audition people. See what you guys are up to. You guys are always doing something super cool. And so yeah, I'm just really excited to help you guys and share with you guys. So if you have any more questions, hopefully this video was helpful. But if you have any more questions, again, please DM me. I'm always open and I want to hear from you guys. So have an amazing day. Good luck with your auditions. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao.